cool. Whoa. My camera is higher than it normally is. Let me fix. Cool. Hey, Jelly Toast here. Back to more Danganronpa. Surprise Saturday stream. I'm gonna see if I can finish this game today. I don't think it's possible, but I'm gonna try to do as most of it because Claire Obscure Expedition 33 just came out, and I actually started playing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this game is so fun. So before I got too far ahead, I was like, you know what? I'll stop at this point. I'll like stream up to there and then continue like my original playthrough file. But I was also like, I should at least finish Danganronpa before I keep playing Claire. So in order to finish this game faster, I'm gonna stop using characters' voices because that does take a lot of energy out of me. And yeah, I think I'll be able to last longer if I just use my normal voice for everyone. So here we go. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are. Why was the mastermind murdered? Figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the mastermind. Let's examine the computer. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So what? We can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network. An Alter Ego. You may well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. I mean, I want to know why they were killed as much as next guy, but I also really want to get out of here.
What's your problem?
Hurry up and find something for Master. I forgot all the buttons. Oh! Wait, fine. Okay. There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. As long as I have this, huh? Look at Master Go, it's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? Yes, there's this camera. No matter when, no matter where, surveillance cameras are following our every move. I mean, they're absolutely everywhere. How many cameras does this place have anyway? This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? Rattle, rattle. No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you use the key that opened this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Rattle, rattle. Nope, no good. It won't even fit in the keyhole. Oh.
Yeah!
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Okay, I am recording. Woohoo. The mastermind said, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Tina's right. The mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This? There's nothing showing up on this one. Huh? Hey, look, next to that TV. Isn't that a TV antenna?
How about that?
It is, just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we can watch TV?
Huh?
Did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we watch TV, let's do it. Come on.
You know?
Ah, you're all starved for info from outside the world, huh? From the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about?
You know? Huh?
Oh. Oh ho 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 ho. What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
Then do it. Friggin' idiot mastermind. All you guys need to do is cut free from your regrets of the outside world.
What the heck?
And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it? Huh? This is... It's the feed coming from their surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
That's really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird, super weird.
But
this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. How's it showing the camera feed?
Well...
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. Hito went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
What the heck?
What the heck? Is it broken or something?
Could it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually.
I'm not sure, but... Huh? Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
Been a while, you friggin' bastards. Monokuma. How? You're supposed to be dead. Oh, he is supposed to be dead. Whoa. I totally forgot. Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid.
What?
You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most.
Oh,
How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. Hoo. The look on your face is right now sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. Ah ha 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 ha.
well now.
And that's that.
Shing.
Oh, it's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope. Begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. Can't be serious. We have to keep going? No, we were supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides,
Yep.
this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? Cool.
Well now.
Phew, I'm proof from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. The point?
Hey.
You guys really stuck roll when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew I was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us this? Why is it showing us the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna.
Huh?
But what does that mean? It's displaying a signal, but it's just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Thrills,
This killing game
chills,
is being broadcast live to
kills.
the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Oh, shoot. What?
Extreme.
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times he says it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand a deeper meaning. Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
But that's...
Sorry, eyes itchy. Mom Spaghetti. I'm here for the toasty voice acting. Hey Fox, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I said it earlier in the video, but because I'm trying to finish this game all in one day, I'm going to skip the characters' voices just because I want to power through and finish this so that I can start streaming Claire Obscure. Because sorry, yeah. I started playing Claire Obscure and it's really fun and I want to stream it right away. But I figure I should finish at least Danganronpa first, so I'm just gonna be speeding through. Sorry if you were looking forward to the voices. But also happy Saturday. Yeah, it can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed is being broadcast. No way, that's impossible.
Phew.
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system, you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey.
Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. It's the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
What are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually.
What if they already did? Huh?
Yes, indeed.
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I really don't know personally though, so whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep, so how could things come this far? Well, that's a secret. That's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh. There's the little business of... Ding dong. It's okay, your voice is so sweet anyway. Haha, thank you for the compliment. But yeah, I hope you've been well. I came back from vacation, I felt sick again, I'm finally feeling better, so I'm back to streaming. Woohoo! A body has been discovered.
After a certain amount of time.
Huh? Past trial? Do you mean... Ooh.
It's the Monokuma file.
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone, give it all you've got, okay? Okay, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a
I
ride.
can't wait. I can't wait.
So they're... Wow. People... Wow, this is messed up. Our school life is being broadcast to people outside. But we have people that care about us on the outside. When did they try to come in to get us? When they realized we were missing? Or when this started being broadcast? That's freaking messed up. Then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. I was playing Atelier Yuma and Lunar Silverstar. Ooh, how is Atelier Yuma? I downloaded the demo, and I installed it, but I haven't played it yet. Whoopsies. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's Despair Entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick
I
of
thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you I don't think that's Kyoko. Yeah, what are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. I don't think Kyoko would paint her nails red, though. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Also, that hair looks brown. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? And anyway, we better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? That's not precisely what I'm saying, no. Huh? But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That's how this game works, after all. I remember some said Atelier Yume is like Zelda Breath of the Wild, but with waifus. Oh, that seems interesting. I want waifus. Well, I better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Ew. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Monokuma file head. So let me get this straight. They got hit in the head with a metal pipe. They had several wounds on their body. They were dead before the blast. Time to get started. I need to check anywhere that might be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. First things first, check the body. I'll check the body more thoroughly. Maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. These are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails has been added. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Yeah, that's why I think it can't be Kyoko because the nails are too long. So her gloves, it would hinder her. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? White jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. Okay, so there's gotta be something about the body being wet. They keep glossing, they keep like hammering this point in. There isn't, right? Okay, so this is definitely Mukudo Ikusaba because of how many times Kyoko repeated that name before when this chapter started. So where the heck is Kyoko? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. What? That does not look familiar. Knife. Gun. Knife gun. But now serious, it's a very fun game with lovable characters. Ooh, yeah, I remember looking at like a trailer or like was it a gameplay video? But everyone looked really cute, and the guys looked really cute too. So I'm like, ooh, I'm interested. I just have to play the demo. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what's called phasal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? That's it. It's the knife that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Wait, but they don't have nails on. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. Maybe then I don't think so. And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at the crime scene. Hanakuma flower, huh? Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think this relates to the case. Okay. So what's tucked people? Who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Gyaka said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see anything on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helps me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Okay. There was no blood under or around them. But they had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the coat was so wet? And guess what? I also got Atelier Visa Trilogy. It was hard to get them all, but I finally did it. Ooh, nice! Yeah, there's so many Atelier games. Is it kind of like Final Fantasy where they're like called Atelier, but they're not related to each other at all? Oh, excuse me. Good timing. I want to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So in other
I'd like
words...
to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hito's been suspending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hito, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hino in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. Oh no, they're gonna frame me. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Uh-oh. I am, what you say, a screw. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
For serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko wanted to get to the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it has to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. Wait, but didn't this garden have a thing about the sprinklers? What time did the sprinklers come? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinkler should have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30 and before 9. If there's anything else I can check. What? There's some chickens in the coop. There's still 4 chickens. Huh? 4? Wait, were there 5?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Well, look who decided to crawl back. I did come crawling back out of my bed because I was sick. Also, hey Regal, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Happy Saturday. Dropping in to say hi. Hey yo. I know your name is Chrono Fantasy, but would it be weird if I kept calling you Nanoja? Or should I call you Chrono now? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? Ah! That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But...
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
Like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Then maybe the blood on the coat is not the victim's blood, it's a chicken blood. Nanoja!
Nanoja!
Is that just a monitor? Yeah, monitor. Totally useless. Oh yeah, the shed. Just be sure I should take a look at the tool shed. You look so bright. Yeah, it's cause I turned on my room light, but it's like starting to get sunny outside. So super brightness. Look at all the light reflecting off my forehead. I know by the time I get back to doing in real life stuff, stream will end. No! I'm gonna try to go as long as possible because I want to finish the game today. You light up my world or something. Light it up with my oily forehead, sorry. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Right like an inch. Alright, I'll be back by then. Speedrun, 8-hour JT stream. I'm gonna try. I really want to. Wait, will this game take 8 more hours? Well, my goal is to try to finish this game today so that I can start streaming Claire Obscure. Let's go! That's why I'm not doing character voices, to save my voice and energy. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Then, could the tarp have been used? Maybe, okay. So I assumed that the body was there at 7:30, after 7:30 a.m. because the body is dry. But what if it was there at night? At 7:30, the sprinklers went off, but the body's dry because this tarp was on top of it. And then after the sprinklers finished going off, someone put the tarp back in here. But the only person who went into the tool shed, no wait, Toko went to get the pickaxe, but did she come back with it? I don't remember. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. That's the only thing? There's nothing else? Or possibly nothing space. But the pickaxe. Okay, it's still here. Lacy diamonds. Same thing written on the back of Mondo's coat. Pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Definitely intriguing. Okay. What about this soil? Really hope there aren't any clues hidden in fertilizer. What about this? Nope. Okay, well, I guess I leave. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check, specifically that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, and I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options.
Just give
me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Give me your key. By the way, I also picked Glee and I beat it. Recommended. I played Glee too! It's so beautiful. I love it. I know they made another game. What's it called? Oh man, I forgot what it was called. But I've been meaning to get that too. I want to play that. Next game is Danganronpa 2? No. Not yet. My voice needs the break. I want to play Claire Obscure. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. He keeps saying that one area. I don't know where I'm going. Neva! That's it, yeah. How do I bring up the map? No! There we go, okay. Was it the dojo? Or was it the... Where is that red thing from? Oh, no. This? Suit of armor. Draw posts. Wooden lockers. Oh. Where's that red thing from? Science lab? Where do I run? Oh. I don't remember any buttons. Circle! Raw. Rattle, rattle, slops. Okay. Where the freak am I going? him? There's an exclamation point, so I'm guessing. How can JT not know that one area? It's been a while! No, I don't want to leave. I forgot all the buttons. I'm so sorry. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Oh, bomb piece! I just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Fragments of your dead body. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Flipping. Fifth floor. Oh. Byakuya, let me in. You think you could go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah, wait for me! Byakuya walked out without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Oh, gosh. Do I have to talk to you, or can I just go to her? Can't unlock it myself. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Okay, so she has a book or something on the table. So this is Kyoko's room. This is 6 or 9. There's something on the table. It's a wood block deck. Oh, it's 6 for the locker.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? You don't say! I want to examine her bed. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. Okay, bye.
Such ignorance.
I think it would be wise to look around a bit more. What? I'll see. The bathroom? This bathroom. She might have a certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. What am I looking at? Matter when surveillance camera. Do I have to talk to Byakuya?
What?
Wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
Can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete? Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something certainly has happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? Check a bed. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class 78 of Student Registry. Bukuru Ikusaba.
I see.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Trails in the Sky remake is coming in September. It's the beginning of the story, so it's the best option for newcomers. Yeah, I looked that up before, and it looked interesting, but it wasn't available on, like, PlayStation or anything, so I was like, oh man, can't, play it. But if a remake's coming out, I might get it. So many games to play. Oh, so little time. It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. You're annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was the key and blank. That's it. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for a military magazine. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile. So that body is Mukuro, because Fenrir is a wolf dog and she had a tattoo on her right hand. The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in is like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it? Sorry, feeding my Tamagotchi.
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh, you found her profile. So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna
come
hold
on
it against you or
now.
anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know?
What?
It is, now for PS5. Nice! I hate Byakuya, he's so dumb and handsome. I hate Byakuya, he's dumb and annoying. Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you had to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing up all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably I should clarify that.
Hey!
When you all first got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying?
In other words...
That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed!
The total numbers taking part in this killing game is actually 16! Where's the last person been? 16, then...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
But she's the ultimate soldier. The 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba, is part of the school life, but the one making all these regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Huh? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed!
Make sense?
Well now...
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kitty Kitty, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey!
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Hello, crab in a top hat. Happy Saturday. Monokuma's account had been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... a tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukudo was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukudo is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukudo is connected to the case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukudo is related to the case, cause she's the dead person, guys!
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukudo is the killer? He killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I changed my mind.
It's all clear.
Mukudo Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukudo, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words...
Mukudo giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Mukudo isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukudo and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukudo isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if the key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? No, get away from me. Let me go alone. Ah, he is with me! There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
It's like they're really trying to handhold you right now and be like, this connects to this, and this connects to this. And it's just like, yes, I figured it out. We're not totally dumb. Just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opens. There are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Dear arrows. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Blood on it. Is that a blood stain?
I see.
If it is, it means it must be surely related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? Unless the body had duct tape on it and they shot the arrow, and that's why there's not a lot of blood coming out, because the duct tape created kind of like a suction thing. And they took off the duct tape and I don't know. Posture check, thank you. I really need to fix my posture. I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukudo was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. But why do I have to go around with you? I believe there's a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. And keep the conversation going! Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way through high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are hardly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they had acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, this isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Did that mean... Yeah, obvious. Or maybe it's obvious to me because I like learning about Norse
Time is
mythology.
utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the earth, natural
And
phenomena.
so I know Fenrir is a wolf.
It damages us little by little
And
until
other people
the
have
end.
to know about Norse
You
mythology
should
too.
really think about that. Anyway,
they play video games,
it's time to
just like
begin the
God of
class
War.
trial.
Ragnarok.
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
The time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
So it seemed that way. Let's go. This is it! Oh, let me finish the game! Let me finish the game. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together, just the two of you? Huh? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you just making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But... we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what?
What?
Jesus.
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rules, but... Where the heck have you been? I knew you were not the body. But where were you? This is the second to last? How? What do you mean second to last? How? So we're gonna lose another classmate? What the freak? Ugh. I'm here, no rules broken. Kyoko!
Ah, Kyoko, you're still alive?
No, that's a ghost! No talking.
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it's okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that
I
right?
made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Shing! No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
Ah, so you really didn't die.
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with the ghost. I told you stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what happened to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Am I wrong? You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong? I mean, what more could possibly happen, Regal? What can happen? Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. Second floor?
That's right.
Of the dorms? There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Oh wait, it'll let me save before the trial. And the door slid shut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 people left. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. The light of despair. It was the blinding light of despair. Oh my gosh, what happened to them?
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show.
What did you do to the trial? And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, deadly deception, deadly betrayal, deadly riddle, deadly offense, deadly faith, a deadly class trial. I want to save. Yay. I don't think I got any new skill. Oh, aha, but I can equip one. How am I supposed to unlock every single skill? Like, I can't spend time with every single classmate.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the...
Yeah,
If you can figure out who, then I'll punish...
Okay.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
She's a witch.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
He's so dumb.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Why is it my job to
Then
prove
let's
that?
compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. Her gloves?
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into
New
the
Game
mystery.
Plus?
I'm sure.
No, I'm not gonna platinum the game right now.
In that
Maybe
case,
one
I think
day.
it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually
Not
wears
on my
those
high
gloves.
list of platinum priorities.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
But the hands didn't get burned.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if you can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. I don't have any choice but to... Tattoo on the right hand, exploded body analysis, fake name.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Wait. Hold R1, fast forwards, weak spot. What's the shoot button? Okay, triangle to shoot. Okay.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Huh?
Shoot!
That
Yeah, because...
Kyoko there.
Wait a minute. Exploded body analysis. Yeah, upper hand! I mean, upper half of the body, so her hand wasn't burned. So what? Okay, fake nails, tattoo on the right hand.
It's just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
Prove the dead body
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing...
Well, yeah, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
What's the contradiction? Ah! Oh, Fox, thank you for the 2-month sub. Whee! I'll be on vacation next month, so I want to see you more. I just came back from vacation, so whee! But I hope you have fun on your vacation. Oh wait, after you finish the game, you need to do one more stream where you unlock and read the bonus what if scenario? What if scenario? Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'll see if I can do that. But what the heck is the contradiction right now? I know the body isn't Kyoko's and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just
Impossible.
okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh wait, I just did that. What am I doing? No, wait, no, I didn't. I did
Kyoko
exploded
there
body
is just
analysis.
a ghost.
Impossible.
What's the contradiction?
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Oh wait, I could
The
suck
dead
up
body
a.
wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Wait. I could suck up a thing. Wait. How do I suck it up? Like truth bullet. No. Wait.
In the explosion.
No. Ah. No.
Then she was wearing
No.
gloves before the
What do I?
explosion.
What am I doing? No. How do I bring up the controls
Well,
again?
yeah.
Ah! Fast forward, weak spot, firing, loading, quick select, truth, bullish, fly. Target a weak spot, hold down the triangle. Okay.
She must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely
This entire discussion is idiotic.
This one's hard.
That Kyoko there is just...
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Wasn't wearing
They
gloves.
got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Wait, did I suck up
This
the wrong
entire
one?
discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Okay, I sucked up the wrong one. Ah, sorry. Bear with me, guys. Oh, this was hard.
That Kyoko there is...
Yeah.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
What? What are you? Cause he was okay. How do I bring up a log? Did I just freeze the game? Oh no, I did. Okay, okay. Oh, that scared me. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna look up a walkthrough. Cause at first he was like, she wasn't wearing gloves. They must have got burned. That she wasn't wearing gloves, but she. Okay. Sorry. I only have one heart left. Maybe I should just die and restart the trial. Help me. Give me the. What? Okay.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost. Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
That was what?
No, that's wrong.
Fake nails and she must have been wearing gloves? That was the answer?
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides,
I mean, I guess it
Kyoko
makes
wears
sense.
gloves
I'm
to hide her
just being
hands,
dumb.
right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
You know, you don't know anything.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Also because she's standing alive
Which
right
should
here.
have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Wow, I'm actually agreeing with Byakuya right now. Dang. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. I wasted 4 health on a stupid argument from a stupid man. Ugh.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
No! We can't identify the body. There's a tattoo.
If Kyoko really, then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. The face... And there wasn't any description in the Well, if we can't identify...
Yeah.
No, that's
Give me some
wrong.
health back.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
What? Hiro makes no sense.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master
this a
must have made her
bird?
get it. To be like, you're my bitch!
Oh my gosh, what?
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that
Why do
tattoo.
their profile icons have to shake like that?
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should be clear. Her profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Who the heck is Mukuro Ikusaba?
So...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh my gosh! A wolf! Where's the W? EA Sports. It's in the game. F!
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man!
Wow, she knows a
After
lot
all
about
this
Norse
time, we
mythology.
finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo.
Yeah, that's one thing that's like
And
kind of
that
bothering me
means-
about this game. Only the first trial had anything really to do with their ultimate
Exactly.
status.
The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf.
Like the second one didn't really matter
Which
what
means
ultimate
that
there
person
was.
must have once belonged to Fenrir.
Oh man, what's the point of having ultimate like
So
attributes?
it must have been
if you're not gonna
Mukuro.
use it.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Are you saying the
Wait.
main mastermind is dead?
Okay,
Now we have to
but
have a cool last
Monokuma
trial?
said there were 16 students participating in the killing game. And if not everyone showed up, there would be a penalty. And you have to follow all the rules. Even Monokuma has to follow the rules. Mukuro never showed up in the trials. So isn't she breaking the rules? What? What?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
She's the ultimate soldier.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
I have the weirdest craving for a ham and cheese sandwich right
Usually
now.
when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster,
Who's the headmaster?
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
How do you know?
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
She told us the name, guys. Like,
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Good for you, guy.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
But the headmaster talk
What you're
was
saying
relevant
is that
because
both
we
the victim
thought she
and the
was the
culprit are part of the
headmaster
student body?
running the game. So that...
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait,
Who
no.
could have possibly killed?
There's a chance that there's some
But they
mystery
said
17th
the
person who's
bomb
been hiding
blast
all along.
didn't kill her. She was already dead before then. But then why stab her? And she was definitely alive and awake when I was sleeping sick.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I want to punch your face. Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Me and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So,
But what
the murder
time
must
at
have
night
taken
did you
place
go?
after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere
I was
alone.
also in the
We
garden.
even went to the bathroom in pairs.
It was you!
All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Yes, we established that, man. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
And me.
Are you thinking of
You are
raising
also
an
a suspect,
objection?
Crab.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
After 10 o'clock.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
And I feel like it was still there at 7:30 a.m. when the sprinklers went off.
Then I
Because
guess
there was a
we
wet
can
tarp.
say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? At 9.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Togo, what time is it? 9 o'clock! Get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
So the only other person running around has to be Kyoko.
Which means
So
from
she
10
moved the body?
p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. Wait, murder didn't. But to do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. But you don't have an alibi when the body made it to the garden. What?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
That makes sense.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
So I'm guessing I have to do sprinklers at 7:30. Yeah.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep.
And Makoto...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Pya! What? Don't scare me like that. It makes me think something weird is. What? What?
We've established
Sprinklers.
a time frame for the murder.
They come on every morning at 7:30. If the body had been in the garden before 7:30, it would have gotten wet. And then what are the other two? Exploded body fragments. Exploded body fragments. Fragments near the dead body. Bits of charred debris should be noted that the bomb which had been removed appeared. What would that have to do with the time? Exploded body analysis. Oh, I have to do the body on
Between
7:30.
10 o'clock
Okay.
at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
And Makoto...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Yeah, what? Sorry, I'm gonna use a walkthrough again. Ah! Oh. My reasoning is there.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
The statements I use it on is
It
not.
took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, that's wrong.
Fukuro Ikusawa was killed in the garden with the bomb? And it was Colonel Mustard.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
But only the top half.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew
What
such
is
indecent
happening with
words?
this girl? Why is she using these words? What?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Was she not there when I poured the water on her? I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. What? Oh, Toko, what that tongue do, though? My body is wet.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything. That's enough. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this. I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything. That's enough. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this. I admit nothing. Hold on. on!
Final strike.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Oh, good. There was only one option. Woohoo!
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
But there was a tarp. Okay, I guess we're not bringing
If
up the
the
tarp.
sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a
Weren't
brutal
my other
maniac!
classmates there with me when I put out the fire
I'm so
with the
sick of her.
bucket? What?
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
Like, wasn't Hiro right? That Byakuya! Freaking...
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place
After 7:30.
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
But I'm assuming it happened earlier because there was a wet
Means
tarp.
She must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night.
Something's
to
up with this
7:30
case.
This morning, right?
It definitely wasn't me.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it.
Could it have been
I
Kyoko?
guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
I don't remember what the motive was for this chapter.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
It's a trap. We're this far into the game, and now
Would you betray
you
Kyoko?
decide to blame me?
Betray her? Why?
Stop wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
But she's the one who found the sheet, and so she saw that it said Ultimate Soldier.
So she
But-
killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
I really want a ham and cheese sandwich.
So, that was her motive?
But I think the French bakery is closed
If she
early
had
today.
a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Excuse me?
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
That's what I thought. A certain something at the scene that was used to cover the body could it have been... Or...
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
Why would you confirm it?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
But I met Aoi in the cafeteria at 7:30 when the sprinklers went
In
off.
fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
So what?
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
A shell. Wait, no.
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
But there's no blood stain on the tarp. I don't know what's... Ugh.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. So you weren't thinking about what... Kyoko breaking our heart. I never understood the girl. Gosh. It's like,
covering
are
the
you
body
on my
with the
side or
tarp,
not?
The killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Shoot, I only have one heart. Sorry, I'm gonna
The
use
underside
a...
of the tarp.
Wait.
It was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
But the blood! Yes, I didn't have to use the
it's
walkthrough.
wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Also, why would sprinkler water get dirt on one side of the tarp? It's just water.
Yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant
The
as a kind
chicken!
of camouflage?
The missing chicken! Huh? The blood was camouflage.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
But then what with the duct tape?
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
And how would you know? That's all conjecture. You don't have any hard evidence. They got blood from right there in the garden, right? Which must mean...
I got it!
I guess.
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
Oh, okay. That explains.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
But again, only a basis for a theory and not hard evidence. Haiku for you. Oh, shoot. It's been a while since I did a haiku. Good afternoon, Fox. This game is really crazy. I want to be done. Haha! I did it! The chicken!
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Yeah.
The ground was completely clean.
But the knife was also pretty clean. I don't know. There was no.
I
don't know.
agree. That certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No, it was on backwards.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry.
Settles
I'm
what?
having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they've already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off,
but
at 7:30.
make me dab. Haha. There you go. Love it. Haha. Thank you for enjoying my haiku. But okay, it said that the knife went all the way through the body. So wouldn't at least a little bit of blood come trickling out the other ends? I don't know.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
And I didn't go back.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
I was with Hina!
Huh? They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
I didn't go to the garden. Before, like, 7:30, I met up with Aoi in the cafeteria. Then I went to the gym, and then Toko went to get the pickaxe, and she found the body. It couldn't have been me.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Wait, I didn't? What was I doing?
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you
Toko,
say?
what are you doing?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Ooh. And the suspicion falls back on me again. Why were you so enthusiastic about talking about the tarp? But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Nice! Disguised dead body has been added to the truth bullets.
Well then,
cool.
It looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
No!
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in
Did
the
it
body
have
before it
blood on it?
exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file,
That's the knife
went all
that-
the way through. from
That's the
front to
knife
back.
that I was holding on to. Right?
So, what about
Oh
it?
my god.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that
Kyoko
knife
is
somewhere
betraying us.
before.
Was anyone else in the gym? I feel like Hina could also be the culprit.
That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Oh my gosh.
I just remembered.
And then she asked me to hold on to it because it was scary looking. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? Can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
It wasn't me though!
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000%
Shut up,
convinced.
Hiro! You always jump onto whatever next thing you think of. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. What if it was me, though? While I was out unconscious. Fragments near the dead body, exploded body analysis, disguised it.
The knife we found
Let me see what disguised dead body is. The murder took place before the sprinklers turned on. The suspect covered the body with a tarp to prevent it from getting wet. Later, when they removed the tarp, the suspect placed a white jacket on the body. This jacket had previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it.
lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
Oh, I could also suck up
If
statements.
he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No!
So there's no question.
Wait.
You took that knife of yours and killed her.
Due to the explosion, the victim's identity isn't known. There were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. It had also been struck in the head with an object, about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least some... But we don't know if the getting stabbed is what killed her, or if it's struck in the head with an object about as thick as...
Killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
Gave to
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Okay, let me see what this guy's did. The place. Like it has been. Would it be this one? Because she was already dead. Gotta double check with the walkthrough. Ah!
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Huh? Oh, what? Yeah. Okay, my thought was right. It is
The
disguised
knife we
dead
found
body.
lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Disguised dead body.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed
It's not!
No, that's wrong.
She was already dead, and they put the jacket on her to make it
Wait,
look like the stabbing
hold on.
killed her.
The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Oh, whoa. Where did the... Okay.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained
still,
coat
where would they have
until
got-
after they were dead.
Oh, okay. Okay. This makes sense. Because Makoto thought that the person wearing the mask held up the knife to stab him. But no, they went into his room to get the knife from him because they were planning to kill someone else, I think. And he just happened to wake up when they were like, I found the knife he has.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she
So what
wasn't
time was
stabbed
that
until
though?
the coat was
Because
put on,
I went to sleep
and
before
she was already
nighttime.
dead at that
And then
point.
I happened to wake up and they were there in my room with the knife. What time was that?
Obviously, the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Do you read the case file? Stabbed once! Victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly
Shut up, Hiro.
states
I
that
know.
there was
Hiro
only
is
one stab
aggravating
wound.
because he's so dumb.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife.
You know what? You told me there was another trial after this one. If Hiro is the victim, totally fine with it.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
She got hit in the head with a metal pipe.
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
You were all there with. Oh, Toko was knocked out. That's why she didn't see me pour the bucket of water on her. Okay.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
But again, who would do this?
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use,
Shut up,
you'd
Yakuya,
know the
you're
answer.
so rude.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't.
Why
make
am
any
I telling her?
headway on this.
You're the genius, and you think I killed her? Gosh, there's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. I don't know, actually. Wait. Makoto meets the others in the knife. Byakuya's account. What was Byakuya's account? No corpse in the garden. Yeah. Body before they explode. Body stopped bleeding, but no blood. Monokuma's account. Look at those. Good blood. Arrow. Bloody duct tape. Yoko's account. Secret tool. Sky's dead body. There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. Excuse me. Where would you even find a bomb, too? Well, the bomb was from the Monokuma corpse. I'm guessing this is what I have to present, but I'm gonna double check. Oh no, it's what? It's not this. This is it. Why? It's a charge debris. You know that bomb removal from.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something
You're
like
so
it
smart.
somewhere before.
I'm not smart. I'm using a walkthrough to confirm my choices because my health is so low.
That's only
Thank you.
natural. Because, of course, we saw the
Bringing it
same
to detonate
thing
when
when you
someone
dismantled
uncovers targets weird.
Monokuma.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect, you, Kyoko.
She's gonna try to find another way to spin it on me.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
Exactly, we have to see what killed them to
That's
see
true.
who could do it.
It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Oh, okay, Monokuma File 5.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
But those are days old. Knife was a cover-up and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves...
Then, shall we continue the debate?
Yeah, the hit on the back of the
The
head.
victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion
Oh,
didn't
I have to
kill her
suck
for
up,
sure.
I have to suck up the back of the head.
And it wasn't then there's only one.
Oh, yeah.
I think. I hope.
According to the Monokuma
Since I have a little bit of
file,
health, I'll try
that's gotta
actually
be it.
doing it.
There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
Wait,
The
but
victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire...
that's not really contradicting.
then
I'm
shall
just
we
confirming.
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet...
Oh, okay.
No,
Right.
it's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do
She
with
was
it?
a mercenary, so she
The
got
Monokuma
wounded.
file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object. About
Maybe.
as thick as a metal pipe.
Someone took a bomb and hit her in the head with it, and then let
Oh,
it be
I bet it was the pickaxe!
rigged
How
to
is
blow
that
her
even
up.
possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't
How
be able
would
to
you
swing it
know?
with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Oh wow.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Oh my god.
Ah, don't go, you're so weird.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
What?
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her,
You know,
right?
so weird.
It just so
Toko's
happens we
gross and
already
weird.
know.
Oh.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Why am I saying it? You're the one bringing it up, Byakuya. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I hate you. It was the app. Wait, what? don't see anything as I don't see anything, but this is the only thing that I can think of.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
Oh, it didn't say she had an arrow wound.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the
But
culprit attacked Mukuro
arrows
with?
are pretty light, so how would you make it heavy enough to...
Indeed.
Whatever.
There's
it
no
worked.
doubt about it.
Teenage Toasty hating everything.
Are you sure?
I am a hater.
That sounds kind of weird.
But also,
How
this
dare
game
you
is
backtalk,
driving me
Master?
crazy.
You have no right!
Ah!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. What do you mean, one more secret? What do you mean? She wasn't shot with an arrow. Bloody duct tape would block key titanium arrows.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master.
That's what I think too.
You have no right!
I don't know what to shoot. If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough. Which is why they used
The titanium arrow.
set of titanium arrows is found in dojo locker. There appear to be 10 in total. Along with the arrows, there was a wadded up ball of duct tape in the locker. The duct tape had traces of blood on it. It's assumed this is related to the case, but no. I mean, the block decoration was thrown out. It has blood. Gotta assume it's this.
It was in the dojo locker, right?
I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound good.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No!
Talking back to you have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound good.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be...
Yeah, okay.
No, it's wrong.
Think. I'm trying to think, but this game makes no sense.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape.
But it's also like, you
Killer
never told your
probably
other
uses
classmates
duct
about this, so
tape to
how are they
bind
supposed to know this
multiple arrows
information?
together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
So it would be that thick. But I don't think titanium arrows are that heavy that you can bop someone in the head with it and it would take them out.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Gosh. I finally have my mod things up so I could immediately do this. Oh no, not a warning. I wanna, I'm out. Ban! Aha! Oh man, I should have reported it. And they would have been gone forever. Oh well.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
But you had the key in your room.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to.
And I'm the culprit.
The death of us all, remember?
Oh, or the death of them.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
But someone could have also planted it in her room. Byakuya, you had the key to... He had the key to her room. So how would she have gotten in to put the key there? It was Byakuya all along! That's why he's making me answer all the things!
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is
He's trying to put it on me!
right here. The key to
Byakuya.
the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
But she gave her key to Byakuya.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
No, but she gave her room key to Byakuya, but she also has Monokuma's tool that unlocks every single door.
Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
I already forgot. Forgot what?
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you?
Oh, because the masked person came and Kyoko came
Why?
too.
What were you doing there?
How'd you get in my room? I didn't lock the door. That was sick.
That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be one? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle
If you
chatter
remember.
is over. A
Remembered
verdict
what?
is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? When the body was found.
Those words you just...
When was the body found? When the body was found. Makoto wakes to the morning announcement. Makoto and Aoi arrive in the dining hall. Mako meets the others in the gym, and together they head to the headmaster. Toko is told to find a pickaxe in the garden.
spoke. What do you
Oh no,
mean?
I think I have to suck up a statement.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
Not the killer.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Not the killer.
You
There's
stated
proof.
a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
Suck it up!
But could I really have done
And then the
that?
proof! Which means?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't.
No, that's wrong.
Did you remember she has the key? I did remember!
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in.
But she does!
Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
I couldn't have done it. No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. Try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? I want a cookie because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? I want cheese fries. I'm just hungry. If you vote for me and die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. That's why I can't let that happen. Trap! How do other streamers stream all day and like not think about food? I'm so hungry. Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? Stop moving the camera like that. It's making me dizzy. What should I? The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and right now whether to expose Kyoko's lie! Pursue the lie. Let it go. Run away. Run away does not seem like a good thing to do, because then they will... Do what? Do what? What am I supposed to do? Whether to expose Kyoko's lie? Because if I pursue the lie, I'll let everyone know she has the Monokuma key and she could get it anywhere. If I let it go, can I save? Options. No! Can I save? Oh no. I can't save. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Cause no wait, if I let it go, then Kyoko's innocent and I'm up for the chopping block. If I pursue the lie, Kyoko's exposed. You know what to do. I don't know what to do! Pursue the lie? I'm gonna pursue the lie. I think running away is a terrible idea. Don't you read that guide? Did I read the guide? Okay. My instinct is to pursue the lie. Let's see what the guide said. Oh! Cool! So, I read the guide. I'm gonna pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying. It must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. This was my gut instinct, so this, like, even though I saw the guide and said what I should do,
I didn't have the key to my
this,
room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
This is my original choice, so I
So
did
couldn't
kind of
possibly have gotten into my.
Wait. Kyoko's account was that she got. Whoppa!
No, that's wrong.
Don't read the lie. Don't read the guide. But this was my gut choice.
No.
To pursue the lie.
Kyoko could have gotten into her room.
So this is my honest choice.
You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
To be precise, not quite. Use Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means She could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing—
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost.
But she's totally chill about it.
That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever.
But
in
Monokuma
front of
knows who
you.
killed.
But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Did we all unanimously vote for Kyoko?
Good job, you got it right.
We did? Brilliantly right. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Monokuma talking awfully suspicious. So she really did kill Bukuro? That's it, karma. She's scared. Ah, she's turning purple. Dude, just jump out of the dusk. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or, regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me, I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial, and in the end it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Oh. Oh. This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
She had babies with each of them. Ew! Oh no.
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Her claim? That's right, I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? What's the What do you mean, what's the problem, Regal? Did you not see that CG image? She had babies with each of them. Ew! And what happened to Togo? Ew! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I guess now I will let it go. I guess this is what was supposed to happen. I'm not a hater! That's gross! Ew! I made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. Has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion
Aoi
as
just likes to
fact?
get down. Or she's the only girl left. And they're like, maybe if we have children, they can populate the school. Ew! That's incest. Ew!
I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
You came with me. We saw it on the table.
It had to be Makoto.
How else they gonna repopulate the school? With only one girl?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be
Despair!
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Garbage day? I got a B? It makes sense. Lost a lot of health. But what's the point? Like, I don't think I'll have any more free... Only 72.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Wait! Is that why Kyoko's so important? Because I'm gonna die here and then she's gonna finish off the last trial? I'm gonna be the scapegoat and then we're gonna play as Kyoko and see from her POV what everything she was doing. Oh, this sucks! What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right.
No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my
AT
fault.
just hates seeing girls live their best life. If Toko was there to help things out, I wouldn't have been as grossed out. But it's only one girl with 3 guys. All the babies are hers. Ah, Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got!
Ah, damn it.
It's punishment
Makoto's gonna
time!
die. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a curveball to throw near the end of the game! Oh, wow! And then Kyoko's gonna avenge me! Oh, it's the same as Kyoko's punishment. Oh, it says Kuma, not Karma. Oh man, this sucks! You haven't even tried it, how would you know? Three different babies! That's how long they were stuck in there! And how did Toko die? What? Ah! Ah! Wait, you're alive? Still falling with the desk. Okay, well I'm gonna land on my head and die that way.
What?
I'm not dead.
What's this? What's going on?
Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter
this
Ego.
is-
Alter Ego? This is some stupid virus from that stupid guy. He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It would seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
And what I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world!
Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Maybe Toko died when she found out Aoi had Byakuya's baby. Oh, that's so true! Because the Byakuya kid looked like the oldest one, and then Makoto and Hiro's looked like the youngest. Oh my gosh! Ultimate lucky student strikes again. He is the ultimate lucky student. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Did the game reset? Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce here. was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to... What? What? Where am I? Woke up with my head resting on top of a... Body felt heavy. I'm spaghetti. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but... What was I doing asleep here just... It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Ugh. Oh, okay. Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then... I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for it. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problem. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. But I can't give up now. For myself and for my friends. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Can't believe we're starting Danganronpa 1 today. I'm very excited. This game is so weird! Like, I know Yoko Taro does like weird mind trippy stuff with his games too. Did he learn? No, yeah, Yoko Taro's games came before this, I think. I wish I could play Nier Replicant all over again and like wipe my memories from it. Such a good game. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. The garbage. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Were they all used for punishments? I know that rocket thing was. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or... I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. The crunch! What the? Strange sound pierced by silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Hiro! In a garbage bag! Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Ah! A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
This
awful.
place... Oh yeah, she's talking. Kyoko!
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Ew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. You kinda did. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. Everyone has a reason to survive, man. What reason? Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive.
In other words...
Is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did. Once. Once?
Until
recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... Stop repeating everything she says, man. Let her talk. I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Huh? Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Then why would they invite her to school? Or like, why would they choose her as part of the... Whatever! So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind? One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything.
What?
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like that dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, but I understand if you're not convinced. Ugh, I need a snack break soon. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Still talk to her. Get out now. I better talk to Kyoko. I've been talking to her! You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known before. I'm the ultimate detective! Whee! At least she's using her skills in every trial. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What? What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I'll find him headmaster. No matter what the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I'd stuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped onto the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like? That part of school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized. Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Do I have to still talk? Mother flipping!
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras or monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey,
there's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Huh? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What? I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use that class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. But what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. Cause, wait. So the mastermind's not the headmaster. But there's only 16 students. But if the mastermind is bound by the rules. But if Kyoko didn't kill Mukuro, and I didn't kill Mukuro, the mastermind killed Mukuro, but if everyone named Kyoko or me the Blackened, then they'd be wrong, and they'd all die. So how did the punishment for us go through? What? They're like, you have to follow the rules. But they're not following the rules. I need a snack. I need chapter 5 to end right now. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. So there's still what? Dream Island rocket present. Okay, I'm going to take a quick snack break here. I'm gonna turn off my mic and my camera. I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, unless you don't mind me eating chips on stream. Then I'll come back sooner. But I also need a bathroom break, so